On a mountain summit, 750 meters above the Mediterranean, is Erice, the ancient town of Eryx. The well-fortified walls of its fortress once protected one of the oldest cities in Sicily. According to legend, the Trojan Aeneas, son of Aphrodite, established a town here after fleeing from the Greeks. Archaeology has proven that the first settlement was established by Elimi and the Phoenicians, who worshipped within a special temple on the summit of the mountain. First, the goddess of love, Astarte, was worshipped here, followed by the Greek goddess Aphrodite, and then Venus, who was worshipped by the Romans. Today, nothing remains of their temples. Thus, this location became a kind of love mountain and a popular destination, especially with male pilgrims, as it no doubt appealed to their more romantic nature. Following the fall of Rome, the Byzantines and Arabs left their traces in Erice. However, these were later eradicated by the Normans. The stones of the ancient temple of Aphrodite and Venus were used once again around the 14th century in the construction of the Gothic church of Chiesa Matrice. The slightly offset and mighty campanile suggests that the building was originally not a bell tower, but a watchtower. The twin-sectioned windows of traditional Chiaramonte design help to add interest to the otherwise plain proportions of the turreted bell tower. The medieval city centre of Monte San Guiliano, as today's Erice was named by the Normans, has for many centuries remained almost unchanged. There is an abundance of tranquil areas in which to take a relaxed view of the ancient town. Erice once had a population of 10,000, but after the Second World War, many left the town. Around 2,000 people now live in this remote place. Here, silence highlights the timeless ambience of its ancient thoroughfares. A number of cafes in the centre of the medieval town have adapted to the needs of today's tourist trade, as well as its few remaining local inhabitants. There are many interesting places to visit. The San Giovanni Battista Church is one of the oldest in Erice. In addition to its historic buildings, the town also has a fine reputation for confectionery. Indeed, Venus herself would probably have enjoyed these tasty delights. In the English-style Balliol Garden, there is a fountain that is a reminder of the legendary Roman goddess of love. Although the region's ancient temples and sanctuaries have gone forever, Love Mountain still manages to provide some outstanding views of the surroundings. Located above the ruins of the ancient Acropolis, since the 12th century, this Norman fortress has commanded an extensive view of this region. From the fortress, the Castello, there are clear views of the Sicilian coastline and Trapani Harbour, and far out across the Mediterranean. Beneath the walls of the fortress, in the 20th century, Eryce also became known as a research centre for both meteorology and oceanography. But most come to see the fortress and imagine life here in ancient times. In the summer months, both locals and tourists take advantage of the small town's elevation to recover from the scorching heat of the lower regions. Erice is far more than just an historically rich settlement situated on a mountaintop. In the romantic ruins of the fortress above the former Acropolis, the atmosphere of ancient times still lives on.